How are you all doing today? Thank you so much for coming in and watching this video. And I want to do my best in the shortest amount of time. I don't want to waste your time too much right now today on this video, but I want to do my best on going deep into my system, like what I do every single day when I first get up in the morning, and the neuroplasticity that I fight with and that I design to trans transmit from my mind into my reality, to my space. Because if we just, I know when we get up in the morning, we probably may feel sluggish, we may feel groggy, we may look at our phone. We have all these things and these thoughts and these ideas and there's so much crap in our minds, and we sometimes don't know what to do when we first get up. And we might have that feeling of, what should I do? Or you might have you have that feeling that you have to do something and you don't know what to do. I will say, when you first get up in the morning, to not add any more, don't add any other information or any other data to your mind outside of nature when you first get up in the morning. Do not overstimulate yourself. Do not overstimulate yourself, and do not overload yourself, overload your mind is what I'm getting at. Because you probably more than likely already have a lot. You already probably have brain fog. And when you first get up, what I will say is to walk, drink water, hydrate. Put as much water in as you can inside of your system, and go outside and get the fresh air. Just get fresh air. Just put water in your system. Nothing else. No coffee. None of that. Water. Grab a water bottle. So that way, the idea is that when you first get up, you want sunlight to hit yourself. The idea is when you first get up in the morning, you want, the most healthiest thing you could do is for sunlight to hit yourself. And you may not have, and so maybe you get up a lot earlier, or depending on what part of the world you're living in, or what season it may be, that when you get up, there may not be any sunlight outside. That's even better, and especially if it's cold. So you go outside. It doesn't matter if the sun is out. The sun could be behind the clouds or whatever. The idea is that your body is already responding to life, to nature, to the world around you, the universe. So the light outside, the natural light outside, will still be even better for you. And there is also studies about red light, your eyes responding to red light in the sunlight, and you're in red light responding, and red light hitting your skin. So maybe you can even have like red light when you first get up before you even go outside. It's really, really healthy for you. And then you're drinking yourself, you're drinking water, and you're hydrating yourself. And the idea of this is that you are being productive off very minimal tasks, and you don't have to get up and try to change the world and do something crazy when you first get up in the morning. For some of us, especially for people like me, I struggle with that, because I have so many goals and visions and things that I want to do. And when I first get up in the morning, I'm like, I have all these tasks that I first will think about all these tasks that I want to do, and then I think about all that stuff, and then I end up not doing it. Especially when I'm first getting up, I can hit snooze. I can just be like, oh God, let me just lay down for a second. Just trying to mentally prepare myself to get up and attack the world. And that's why we hit snooze. And it's not so much that you're lazy. It's you are fatigued. You're overstimulated. You have information overload, is what I'm trying to break this down to you for. And so if we can keep tasks so simple when we first get up, because the idea is you want to get up. You don't only want to get up. You want to rise up. You want to get up with full of emotion, enthusiasm, enthusiasm and excitement. Every single morning, your eyes open. You don't want the whole idea. You don't want to be like, oh my God, here's another day. You don't want that. What you want to aim for is distraction-less, more focus, and more concentration. And when you transform your life to more meaningful tasks. I don't want to use the word task. Meaningful actions, meaningful purpose. You are going to start having more energy. I will say, you are going to need sleep less. I have literally documented this, and I'm experimenting this, and I've noticed the difference is when I declutter my apartment, declutter my room, declutter my living space, and I subtract a lot. I don't add a lot. So more subtraction is more focus. More subtraction is more multiplying. Is more multiplication in the future. The more you subtract, the more you multiply. You are investing for more value in the future, for more wealth in the future. This is what we mean by building the future, building our wealth. What are you subtracting? It's like that may not make sense. You're like, what do you mean by subtracting? Isn't it subtracting taking away? Isn't subtracting doing less? Yes, subtracting is doing less. Sometimes we don't have to really do more. We have to focus on what's in front of us, but go to the extreme with more of that. And so how can we go to the extreme with more of that? We have more energy. And how can we have more energy? Less distractions, more focus, more concentration. You see what I'm saying? Is so that's the thing, because sometimes we can just be having so much crap around us, and we are expending our resources, expending our energy. You have so many, you know the idea when you're like dating 30 different women, you can only do so much with 30 different women. But you can do a lot when you narrow that down. And so that's the thing. So the whole idea of this morning routine, and I talk about the 3 to 5 a.m. writer. The 3 to 5 a.m. writer is not only you just waking up and you just writing. That's a big part of it. But also, you can also be writing by talking. Put your phone on voice record. When you get up, talk about how you feel, what you're experiencing right now. Breathe. Put your mind into focus mode. And just go look around your living space. Be aware. Go outside. As soon as you get up, go outside. Do this when you're going outside. You know, you're putting your clothes on, whatever, and just go outside. Forget brushing your teeth, whatever. Maybe you need to use a restroom, but just go outside. Save brushing your teeth when you come back in. And just have your body be able to train itself for you not to look at your phone, you not to overstimulate yourself, not to turn your TV on, not to do X, Y, and Z. All those different things. It's not going to help you for the future. But you go outside and now you have that fresh air. You have that you have that light, that natural light. And then your eyes. And so the circadian, when you get outside, and even if the sun is blocked, even if it's dark, it's gloomy, whatever, it's still best. It's still better for that natural light to hit your eyes, for the circadian rhythm, and for you to have that energy, as opposed to you turning lights on in your apartment or in your house or in your living space, wherever, and you're getting computer light. It does more harm for you in the long term, as opposed to you going outside and you getting that natural light on your skin and in your eyes. And you're going to experience that. You're going to have more energy. You're going to have more energy. You're releasing all that fog out of your brain, out of your mind, out of your system. And then now, not only that, but when you have your phone on voice record, now you could be talking. You could be speaking into your phone, speaking into, like, how do you feel? What are you experiencing? Oh, wow, I don't know. Whatever it is, whatever your emotions are, whatever happened to you yesterday, whatever you dreamed of, talk about it. And then if you do have a notebook or a pen, write as you're speaking. And then maybe you don't want to write when you're outside. Then talk on the phone. Talk to your voice recorder. Walk around. Go back inside, and then now you can write, and then you can grab the transcript from your voice recorder, and then you can talk to AI about it. You can write off what you just talked about, and you can try to make sense of it. You don't have to make sense of what you're talking. Just whatever you're feeling. Identify the pain points of what you're experiencing right now, and then write. Just write, and then transfer that into a newsletter, into posts, and just keep doing that every single day. Identify the pain points that's in your life, and when you first get up in the morning, and then write about it. and then see how you can build to overcome those pain points. And then as you're doing that, you keep building, you keep building, you keep building. Then you build digital products, and now you have a business. Now you're building. Now you have writing, and then you have products, and then you can earn profit. Pain, purpose, profit. And you're doing all of this when you first get up in the morning. The 3 to 5 a.m. writer, it doesn't have to be 3 to 5 a.m. I prefer 3 to 5 a.m. because I like building in the dark. I like darkness. I've noticed that when it's black, when it's dark, I have less distractions. I have more focus. I have more intent. I can do things more exceptionally well when there is less around me. Less when I can have more space, but less distractions, less clutter. I am constantly always trying to reorganize things and declutter because it's too much for me to be able to focus on meaningful actions. And that's what we want. We want more meaningful actions. Sometimes we don't have to do more. We have to be more extreme of what we already are doing towards towards that alignment of that vision of what's more valuable for us. That to me is what value actually is, and makes you a more of a valuable person. You're not a valuable person when you're just doing a lot of things that doesn't really have a future investment. Return on investment is what you always want to be focused on. Every single thing. That's why when you see somebody, they do things effortless. Just like, how is this person only working 2 hours a day and he's making millions of dollars? Because he has eliminated so many distractions. And the distractions is subjective. Distractions is more, what I would say, is something that is in the way of you advancing towards your long-term vision, advancing towards your future. So that's the whole key. So when you first get up in the morning, that's your 3 to 5 a.m. writer. The 3 to 5 a.m. is flipping the 4 to 5 on the 9 to 5 on his head. 3 to 5 a.m. is only 2 hours. And I will argue building between the hours of 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. will be the best 2 hours that you can actually partake in, do. Because not only is it a time where half the world is asleep and it's the less distractions, but I will also say that it's a spiritual realm around those hours, that 2 hour block frame. And if you are really practicing, doing the spiritual practice for 3 to 5 a.m., you're walking, you're getting natural sunlight, you're drinking, you're hydrating with nothing with water. You're not even eating water, just water, drinking water, looking out into space, looking out into, focusing on the wall, focusing on a doorknob, this concentrating, practicing little concentrating exercises, really transforming your mind, that neuroplasticity in your brain to start focusing on things more. And so do these small little actions every day when you first get up. Just like I said, when you go outside, you get that sunlight, you write, you talk in the phone, look at the doorknob or look at the wall. 30 seconds, just stare. 30 seconds, no talking, no nothing, just stare. That you're training yourself to concentrate, not just focus, to concentrate. And then deep work. You are all into indulging in the deep work. And then when you're writing, you're going to notice that when you're writing, then you're doing this stuff more, you're going to start doing things so effortlessly. I'm noticing that I'm applying this to my lifestyle right now as we speak. Every single time when I have some type of negative emotion, I'm like, why am I feeling this way? Let's concentrate more on this negative emotion. Let's concentrate more onto this negative thought. Let's concentrate more onto this negative feeling. I don't run away from it. I don't look at it in a way of that is harming me. I'm like, why? Now, it's a signal, and it's a signal for me to concentrate on something. I'm neglecting something, and so I need to, like I said, I need to build. I need to create. I need to discover and explore more into this pain point, and that's where I'm getting at. So I want you all to really look deep into what I'm saying and to think onto what I'm saying. Today, I want to teach you a simple system to focus. This is something that I wrote out, I'm just going to go over this really quick for you. And it's not going to be too much of your time, but make real things, and I'm going to teach you how to share them. I'm going to teach you a simple system to focus, make real things, and how to share them. I call it dark mode living. The 3 to 5 a.m. is a dark mode living. This is when I enter the void. It's 12 rules and one daily 2 hour work block. I'm learning as I go too. You don't need to know anything in advance. I will explain every idea in plain language. I want to make this as simple as possible. Simple, 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 simple is the way to wealth. Less hours taken and more simple, more wealth, more value. That's the whole key. That is what you will call wealth, is when you're earning more and you're doing less and you're subtracting more. Subtraction is multiplication here. Before the rules, here is the big picture in one line. Learn by doing. Turn what you learn into writing, and then turn that writing into simple media like videos or posts. I call this active learning plus writing plus media. Active learning means you learn by trying something, not just by watching or reading. You do it. You write what you learned in clear words and you share it. So this is what I'm talking about. You're just talking when you first get up, you talk, you speak into the phone, and then you write. If you repeat this, your skills and your value will grow. When your value grows, your income can grow. That is the path to becoming very successful over time. Now, why I copy first? We're talking about copycatting. Now, this is why I am really big on copying. Copy here does not mean stealing someone's words or products. Copy means you look at the structure of something that already works and you rebuild the same structure for your own topic. Structure means the order of steps. For example, hook, lesson, example, summary, call to action. You can use that same order with your own words and your own work. Copying structure saves time and helps you see what matters. Then you add your voice, your standards, and your small upgrades. In other words, your own brand, your own authenticity. One more idea we will use today is trade-off. A trade-off means when you choose one thing, you give up another thing. Example, if you choose to focus for 2 hours, you give up scrolling on your phone for 2 hours. You see what I'm saying? That's okay. Making progress always includes trade-offs. Develop a trade-off mindset. We will choose them on purpose. Now here's the 12 rules. I'll keep them short. After each rule, I'll give you one simple action you could take today. Rule number 1, pay the cost early. Meaning, get the hard part done first so the rest of your day is lighter. Now, when I say get the hard part done first, I don't mean to overload yourself when you first get up in the morning. Most of the time, for most of us, the hard part is getting up out of bed for most people. So how can we do the hard part first? By making it simple to do the hard thing. You get what I'm saying? Because for most people, writing 2 hours concentrating is very hard. But when you make it effortless and make it simple to do the hard thing every day, that's making doing the hard thing simple. You get what I'm saying? If you don't get what I'm saying, please tell me. I can go deeper into this in another video. How we can make it simple and doing hard things. So, before noon, do one hard thing you've been avoiding. This could be starting a draft, recording a video, or sending a message you need to send. Rule number 2, copy the structure, then make it yours. So this is what I'm talking about, copycatting and being authentic as copycatting. Meaning, start with a proven outline and fill it with your own content. Here's the action. Pick one creator or product you respect. Write 5 bullet points that describe their structure. Use that same order for your topic today with your own words. Rule number 3, follow your rules, not your moods. So this is what I mean by building systems. Building systems and strategically have a strategic mindset, thinking mentality on how you can build systems for you to be able to follow that are very irresistible in life, and for you to be more in alignment with your long-term vision. Don't wait to feel ready. Start when you said you would. Choose one daily start time and one daily stop time. Put them in on a sticky note or whatever. Honor that. This is for you. If you don't, most people can't even do 1 to 3, and you have to ask yourself, if my job that I was working at gave me these rules, would I follow it? So why can't you do it for yourself? Because if you don't do these things for yourself, somebody else is going to assign you to do it for them. So you have to take this into consideration. You have to be serious about this. You have to take your life serious. You have to take yourself serious. Because if you don't take yourself serious, you're going to take somebody else serious way more over yourself. And you're just going to be a slave to whatever that person's vision is. So acknowledge what I'm saying. This is serious stuff, and this is very significant stuff. I'm telling you, I am applying this to my life every day right now, and I'm seeing my life slowly evolve. I'm not just talking out of my ass. Rule number 4, choose trade-offs on purpose. Meaning, every yes has a cost. Everything has a cost. Decide the cost before you agree. So especially when you're always saying yes to things. Next to your biggest yes today, write the cost you will pay. So every time when you say yes to something, I want you to think. If you can't write it down, I want you to think about, how is this costing me? What is this costing me? What am I paying? And take note of that. Learn from your decision making. Yes to my 2-hour. So here's an example. Yes to my 2-hour block equals no to text or during that time. Get what I'm saying? So yes to yourself, no to them. I actually did a video on this. Rule number 5, remove drag. This is what I'm talking about, subtracting. Drag is anything that slows you down. Messy desk, too many tabs, loud room, vague task. Right now, remove one drag. Clear the desk, close extra tabs, put on headphones, noise canceling headphones. It does work. Or rewrite a vague task as one clear sentence. Rule number 6, count finished things, not hours. Meaning, hours don't prove progress. Finished pieces do. Make a simple list called Finish Today. Add at least one item to it before you go to bed. Rule number 7, the rule of 1. Meaning, one skill, one output, one lane at a time. No switching. Rename your session with one verb and one noun. Examples: write page, record a roll, code feature, design thumbnail. These are meaningful tasks that serves value to yourself and eventually to other people, that you are staying committed to and that you are concentrating on for you to finish, for you to complete. Rule number 8, the 120-minute block. This is the 2 hour. This is what I'm talking about, the 3 to 5 a.m. writer. And if you don't do the 3 to 5 a.m., you can do it any time during the day, any time block during the day. But I think that there is a lot of power with this 2-hour framework. If you can't give yourself 2 hours, I don't care if you have a 2 hour. I don't care if you have 2 full-time jobs. If you cannot give yourself 2 hours on focusing on this, then you just don't deserve to be an entrepreneur. You don't deserve to get paid to be yourself. Figure it out. Wake up an hour early, go to bed an hour later. That's 2 hours right there. You can break it off. Figure this out. I see a lot of people, they come up with so many excuses. They're like, oh, I have a family. Oh, I got a 12-hour. I work 2 full-time jobs. I go to school. If you really want it, especially living in this country, you have the freedom. You live in a free society, free minds. Learn how to design your lifestyle for your future that you want. It's your responsibility. Take action. Hold yourself accountable. Empower yourself. You can only empower yourself by stop playing the victim role and stop blaming everybody and everything else, and take action of your life. Take control. You have the power. Use it. Stop. You don't use the power for yourself. You're giving it to other people. If you don't give your energy to yourself, you're expending it to other people or something in somebody else. So you have to take that consideration. The energy that you have, the resources that you have, the capital that you have, the power that you have, the autonomy that you have, the sovereignty that you have. If you're not using that for yourself, you're giving it to something else or someone else. Acknowledge that. So work for 2 hours in 4 parts. Like I said, 90-minute focus, 90 minutes of focus work. 15 minutes you can review this, and then 10 minutes you're going to share 5 minutes logging. Boom. It's 2 hours right there. Run one full block today. So I'll explain these steps in a moment. Rule number 9, identity follows evidence. Meaning, who you believe you are grows from what you can point to. If other people can see or use it, it counts. Finish something small and share it with at least one real person, or post it where people can see it. Rule number 10, protect your attention. Meaning, attention is your power. Keep it safe. Put your phone in another room during your 90-minute focus time. Rule number 11. So let me go a little bit deeper into that. So when you're writing, you don't have to do that specifically, because sometimes, like with me, like I will use my phone as I'm writing. Like I said, using the voice recorders or whatever. So, but if you don't need your phone, if you have other resources, if you have your laptop or whatever, or you can do your voice recording on your laptop, you don't need your phone. You don't need your phone to be with you at all times. Sometimes, like your phone, this is the point. If you are easily distracted by other tasks, by doing other things on your phone, don't use your phone during this 2-hour frame, 2-hour block, because it can be dangerous, because you're not going to be focused. You could be on dating apps, you could be on social media, you can be doing other things on your phone when you're supposed to be spending time and spending valuable time on this 2-hour block. So me, I use my phone a lot, but I don't get distracted by my phone. My phone is very valuable for me. I use my phone and my laptop and my notepad simultaneously. They all work hand in hand with each other. There are some things that I study on my phone that I don't study on my laptop. There are some things I study off my laptop that I don't study on my phone. There are some things that I write on my notepad that I don't write on my phone. There are things that I write on my phone that I don't write on my notepad. There are things that I write on my laptop that I don't write on my notepad or on my phone. But I do sync them all, because sometimes I translate them all. Okay? So, but that's for me. I don't get easily distracted by my phone. I can actually, if I didn't use my phone for my work, I can do without a phone. I won't even have a phone. But I have my phone because it's easier for me to store certain things and information in my phone than it is on my laptop and my notepad. Especially when I'm always out, I can just jot things down, and I have a voice recorder on my phone. So my phone is very, very valuable to me. It's not a distraction. Most people, they always say, oh, phone is a distraction. Well, it depends on what you're doing with it. Anything could be a distraction if it's hindering you from you to get to reach your goal. And anything can be used as a valuable asset if you're using that as a valuable asset to reach towards your future. So stop. Here's the thing. Stop blaming objects. Blame yourself. Like when people talk about guns or money or anything, it's not the material, it's you. When you keep blaming other things, you're removing the focus from yourself into that. So that's what I mean by the autonomy and the sovereignty and empowering yourself. Because what you're doing is you keep saying, oh, the phone is a distraction. You're giving that phone more power. You're giving that phone more power over yourself. No, you're the distraction. Change it. If you feel like your phone is a distraction, you have the power to not make your phone a distraction. And you just putting your phone into another room, it doesn't matter. You can go back and get it. Guess what? It's still a distraction. Use everything that you have within your possession to be in alignment with your long-term future, long-term vision. You have to hold yourself accountable. It is your job to make these things work for you and you not for it. Okay? That goes with AI too. Like, a lot of people are afraid of AI. Oh, AI's gonna take our job, yada, yada. Well, yeah, that's because you're a slave to AI. And if you're a slave to AI, that's your fault. You have the power to make AI be a slave to you. You have the power to make your job be a slave to you. You can use your job that you have right now. I'm not telling you, I wouldn't tell you to quit your job. What I would tell you is to use your job as your slave. That paycheck that you're getting, learn how to use your mind, what you can use that paycheck for to invest into your greater future and to invest into yourself. And then as you advance, you don't need the job anymore. Kick that job to the curb. The whole idea is you always getting better. You keep evolving where you have lesser needs. That's what you need. You need lesser needs. Think about what I'm saying. Acknowledge what I'm saying, because it's very significant. Protect your attention. Rule number 10. Attention is your power. Keep it safe. Okay? Rule number 11. Use your own voice. Keep the simple structure, but speak like you. People trust plain talk. So this is what I'm always focusing on, is always keeping things simple. I had a problem when I first started doing these videos being too complex and abstract. Gets nobody nowhere. I've been studying Steve Jobs, and Steve Jobs was so big on keeping things simple. That was the whole idea of Apple, just simplicity. Not dilute things, not oversimplifying things, but when you have the ability to explain things in a simple way, in a digestible way for people to understand, that means that you understand what you are studying more. But when you are overcomplicating things, being so abstract in your talk, you don't know it enough. And that's fine. But acknowledge that. Keep practicing breaking it down for you to understand and you to translate that to other people, to exchange that to other people's minds, for them to understand more. Okay? So simplicity is very, very important in entrepreneurship and building and creating. It's so important. It's one of the most, it's probably the most important thing. Because if people don't understand to a certain extent, they're not going to care. They're not going to want it. Okay? So like, write one sentence that names your approach in your own words. For me, that's dark mode living. Focus, finish, share. I have a lot of different lexicons that I have created in terms that I have created. You know, red pill philosophy, red pill thinking, dark mode living. What else? Gentle beast. I have, what else do I have? I have a lot. DE, die every day. I have all of these different terms that I have created as I'm writing, and it helps and it keeps it simple for me, and it brands my ideas and my philosophy. Rule number 12: build a simple loop. Meaning, do a work session, finish something, share a small piece of it, offer a helpful free tool, and point to a simple paid product. Then repeat. Keep practicing this. Do a work session, finish it, share a small piece of it, offer a free helpful free tool, then point to that simple paid product, then repeat. Keep doing this. The more you do this, the better you'll get at it. And the more you better you'll get at it, the more you will see your wealth evolve. Okay, this is the 3 to 5 a.m. writer. Identify your pain points. Write, build, figure out how you can overcome that. That's the work session. Finish doing that. And then when you finish doing that, share a small piece of that. And then we share a small piece of that. Whatever tool that you used or whatever you designed or created to help yourself while you were doing that, while you overcame that pain point, give that as a free tool, free option. And then create something a little better than that, and then make that a paid product. Boom. The more you do this, the more, like I said, the better you'll get at it. This is your business. That's your system. That's your business system right there. That's a simple loop. After you finish that today, post one sentence about what you learned and one screenshot. Offer to share your checklist with anyone in the comments. Be like, hey, here's my checklist. Here's my free checklist that I did, or whatever, or free product that I did, or free tool that I use. And then tell everybody, be like, hey, if you want it, let me know in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'll walk you through the 120-minute block, step by step in plain language. This is the daily engine. Step 1. Set your target with one sentence. Say this loud and write it down. In 120 minutes, I will finish and share this one thing. Make it small and clear. So here's an example. 1 page written, 1 video uploaded, 1 code function working, 1 client email drafted and sent, 1 landing page with 1 section live. Step number 2. Work for 90 minutes with full focus. What full focus means? 1 task, 1 foul, 1 go. Shut the door if you can, close your door, whatever, close it off, be out in your space, whatever your space, your session that you have, that you can be focused on. This is what you will do with your 1 focus and your 1 task. If you get stuck, keep your body in the chair and do the next tiny step. Write an ugly sentence, record the next line, code the next simple piece, draw a rough box, keep moving. Momentum matters more than perfection in this part. Walk around a little bit, get a. If you're having issues, you're stuck on something, walk around, make your body move so you can be able to force yourself effortlessly on whatever you're stuck on. Step number 3, review for 15 minutes. What review means? Fix the obvious mistakes, make them work smaller and clearer, and get ready to share. Do not rebuild it, just clean it up. Step number 4, share in 10 minutes. What share means? Let a real person see or use what you made. Post it, upload it, email it, or send a link. And if no one can see it or use it, it does not count as finished. Sharing is how you learn faster. Sharing is also how you build trust and opportunities. Step number 5, log your progress in 5 minutes. What log means, write one line, a note about what you finished and where it lives. Give yourself a score from 1 to 5. Write one trade-off you paid, write one piece of drag you removed, and write the one thing you will finish tomorrow. Here is the exact one-line log you can copy each day. Finished, what plus link, score, what's your score, trade-off, I paid such and such, and then drag I removed, log that, tomorrow's one thing. Okay, if your task won't fit into your 2 hours, make it smaller. This is called slicing. A slice is a tiny version that is still useful. Example, write 1 page instead of 3. Record the intro today and the first tip tomorrow. Code 1 function today and the test tomorrow. Publish the top section of the landing page today and the second section tomorrow. Small slices finish faster and teach you more. Now I'll give you simple, clear examples for different types of work. Here's a writing example. Like I said, 90 minutes, write 1 page on 1 idea. 15 minutes, fix errors and make sentences shorter. 10 minutes, paste it in your blog or newsletter and schedule it. 5 minutes, fill your log. Here's an example. Here's a YouTube example. 90 minutes, write a basic script or record your A-roll, the main talking point or whatever. In the 15 minutes, cut silences, trim mistakes, add simple captions if you want. 10 minutes, upload the video, write a clear title and description. In 5 minutes, fill your log out. Here's what's the trade-off you paid. Said no to a call while you were focusing on building this YouTube video. What's a drag you removed? You created a thumbnail preset you can reuse now. Now you can see that thumbnail in Canva or whatever, and you can keep using that thumbnail. Now you finished. Upload that YouTube video. What about a product or coding example? How can we do that? So here's a 2 hours for that. 90 minutes, build one tiny useful feature that works by itself. 15 minutes, clean the code or layout. In 10 minutes, merge the pull request or send a demo link. In 5 minutes, fill that log again. What's the trade-off you paid? Such. No slack during the 90 minutes. What's the drag you removed? Created a boilerplate file for next time. How did you finish this? You merged a link or demo link. You get what I'm saying? What about a fitness example? Practice one tick with full focus. Okay, so if you have a fitness goal, 15 minutes, write down from notes and what to adjust. For 10 minutes, log the session and plan the next one. For 5 minutes, fill your log. What's the trade-off you paid? You skip late night television. That's the trade-off. So what's the drag you removed? Pack the gym bag ahead of time. So the drag is, what are you doing to make things more simple for you to complete that hard task that was already hard for you? How did you finish? How can you finish this? Complete this? Finish. So session log, what they plan for tomorrow. Okay, so you're doing the same thing, so you can keep repeating this. What counts as finished? Anything that leaves your computer and can be used or judged by someone else. Examples. Here's an example. A published post, a sent pitch, an uploaded video, a merged pull request, a delivered mock-up, a live page, or a client email with the file attached. Okay, so common problems. Here are common problems and simple fixes. Here's an example. Problem number 1. You try to do too much. How can you fix that? Make the slice smaller until it fits into 2 hours. Problem number 2. You keep polishing and never share. How can you fix that? Use a 10-minute use a 10-minute share step like a timer. When it starts, you share, even if it's not perfect. Version number 2 can be better. Version can be a better version when one needs to exist. Version 1 needs to exist. That's what I'm basically trying to say, is that get it out there. Don't be so focused on being perfect. Get that first version and then build from there. Problem number 3, you bounce between tabs and apps. How can you fix that? One task, one file, one go. If you truly need a reference, paste the quote or screenshot into the bottom of the same file and keep going. Problem number 4, what's that? You finish, but don't let anyone see it. That's a problem. Finish something and you're not really sharing it. How can you fix that? If no one can see it or use it, it's not finished. Think about that. Post it, upload it, or send it to a real person for them to try and apply it and then give you feedback about that. Feedback is crucial. Feedback is part of building. Problem number 5, think about this. You wait for motivation. How can you fix that? Start at your choosing time even when you don't feel like it. Motivation usually shows up after you start, not before. Okay? So let me explain a few names I I use so you always know what I mean. What is dark mode? Dark mode means deep, quiet, focused. Work on one thing at a time so you can finish and share real work. It is about focus, concentration, and simplicity. Dark mode is about the color black. I like black, and black helps me to stay focused. It helps me to stay concentrated on what I'm doing. Deep focus, intense concentration, deep work. Hyper focus, intense concentration, deep work. Red pill. What does red pill mean? This means we face reality as it is. We look at rewards and costs. We stop making excuses. We make clear choices. Gentle beast. What does gentle beast mean when I say gentle beast? This means strong standards with calm behavior. You are firm, but you are controlled. You don't create drama. You keep your word. Gentle beast is literally directly for men. It's literally men who are in dark mode. Dark mode is more universal, it's more unisex, and gentle beast is directly more towards men. Because men should be gentle beasts. There's a time for men to be gentle, and there's a time for a man to become a beast. And so, how we apply that is us becoming a gentle beast, us understanding that. Underground notes. What I mean by when I write underground notes, when I talk about underground notes? Underground notes is my raw, messy notes. They are seeds. I write ideas, I say screenshots, and list patterns. Later, I turn some of these notes, these raw written letters, into clear writing, into videos. And personal evolution. Personal evolution is pretty much the core center of my brand. This is my simple tracking system. I measure what I finished this week, what I learned, and what I will change next week, how I will evolve from the pain points, the problems that I have experienced. Okay? And when I write dispatch, I don't really pretty much talk about dispatch, but I do. But my posts, I categorize them as dispatch. So I'm just sharing this with you. But dispatch is something like a short message that I send with one idea and one action. It is meant to be useful right away. So I will pretty much sometimes put this in my posts and everything. And I will give you an idea, an action, and you can apply that to your lifestyle right away. So I identify a pain point, and then I explain how you can overcome that pain point, and then I explain which is the action, and you can apply that literally right then. That's what I concentrate on focusing when I post. Die every day. I mentioned this earlier. What does die every day means? It may sound intense, but it's very simple. Each day, I remove one small weakness or one piece of drag. Example, I stop scrolling after 10 p.m. or I put my phone to charge in the kitchen. I write it down so I can see the progress. That's just what it is. Die every day in the most simplest way. You are killing a piece of yourself so another piece of yourself can grow, can evolve. So you're slowly chipping away so you can be slowly keep evolving. Okay? Die every day. He's like, how can I die every day? Exactly. For most people, when they die, that's it. But for you, every single time when you die, you grow. You're reborn. Your reincarnation. This is what I think the crucifixion and Jesus' reincarnation was getting at. Jesus died and then he was reincarnated. That's what you need to get at. That's the mindset that you need to adapt. It's I am crucifying myself so I can evolve. Think about that. That's significant. So here is a true simple story that I'm going to share with you so you can see how this all works, okay? I like sharing my personal experiences with you sometimes to be more related with you. I don't want to make it seem like I'm some freaking guru I think the best thing in sales and the best thing in entrepreneurship and when you're building a business and in the process of you building that business is that you share your personal lifestyle and where you're currently at with people so people can be like, okay, he's going through that and he's applying this. He must really believe in this and he won't keep doing this if it's not working. Okay? So I want to share with you something. It's Friday morning at 6 o'clock in the morning, 6 a.m. I'm in my studio. I stay in a small studio. My black desk is clean, but there are dishes nearby trying to pull my attention. And the fake task in my head is prep to work. I want to rearrange files and check into analytics. And that feels like work, but it's not. So what I do, I write my one sentence target. In 120 minutes, I will finish and share one page of my letter. So I will sometimes, maybe if I want to, I'll put my phone in the kitchen and I will press start for 120 minutes for 2 hours. The first 20 minutes are, could be tough. This is when I first started doing the 35 a.m. writer. It was like I want to switch, but I don't switch. I write messy sentences until a clear one shows up, and then I'm now, like, as I'm just writing and not really too much focusing on this, I am reaching progress, and then before I know it, After a whole hour, I have one finished page of a completed reading of this completed of context, of valuable information that I have transcribed from my brain, that I have translated from my brain into paper. And so that's the thing that I'm just getting at is that I when I first created this 3 to 5 a.m. writer, I just sometimes don't think too hard into what I don't make it too complicated. I would just get up and I would just write. Now I can add, now I had started adding a little bit more other things. Because I want things to be more valuable of what the task that I'm doing. I applying active learning. I walk around, I talk to myself, and I write and I apply things into my journal. Okay, so you should try this. So not just you want to practice active learning. Okay, active learning plus writing plus media, because this is the part that can make you very successful if you stick with it. Active learning means you learn by doing something for yourself, not just watching or reading. You try it, you make a small result, then you write what you learned in clear steps so another person can follow. Then you make a simple piece of media, a short video, a post, or a graphic. That's media. That shows the same steps. When you repeat this cycle, you become more useful to other people. Being more useful is the best path to making more money over time. It is also the best path to building trust. So, okay? So here's a simple weekly plan that you can copy. Friday, send or post a short. That's the dispatch. With one idea and one action people can take today. That's what I do every single Friday. I dispatch. That's what I call it, dispatch. My dispatch writing. Okay? Saturday. Every Saturday, I publish a long piece of my writing, my newsletter. This teaches the one main lesson in simple steps. Sunday, today, I make the YouTube video. I turn my newsletters into YouTube videos. Okay, and then I can break this YouTube video off into small shorts that I can post throughout the week. So during the week, I post small pieces. You need to post small pieces of your work throughout the week. One sentence you learn, one screenshot, or one short clip, and point people to a free checklist that helps them do the same. If you want to offer products, keep it simple. Start with free products, a one-page checklist. Like I said, I keep mentioning checklists because it's not just a checklist. Don't limit this to a checklist. It's not just a checklist. I'm just saying checklist so to make it simple for you to understand. Any small digital product that you can build that you don't have to put too much effort in. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm trying to get you to overcome trying to be perfect and I need to have a degree or I need to learn as much as I can before I do this. No, you don't. Just build and get better in time. Okay? So and then eventually you can make that better into a small paid item. Okay, maybe a template or a simple guide, an ebook. Is this something a little bit better than what you already created that was free? That's the whole point. Okay, and then you can create a bundle, a guide plus a template plus examples. This is all proven data that you have been using for yourself, and now you're giving it to other people for them to apply for themselves. Because eventually, really, people just want to get paid. People want to learn. Some people do want to learn and educate themselves, but people need more money. People need more wealth. I think that's something that we all can agree with. Okay. And so later, now you have a full system that combines all these parts. You don't need to do all of this right now, but begin with a free checklist and use it for yourself. Share your own logs as proof that the checklist works. That's what I'm talking about. So that's what I'm talking about, these logs and these checklists and everything. Because you're using this for yourself, and then when it's proven, you're seeing results, then you can start making sales. And then what you can do is, though, you don't have to charge people at first. That's what I'm saying. Like, funnel people to the free product, and then channel people from the free product to the paid product. Because when they're using their free product and they see that works, it's not going to be too much of a struggle for them to pay for the paid product. They're going to start thinking that the paid product is going to give them more results. People by nature are greedy. When people are already seeing something that's happening to them in their life that's working, they're going to be curious on how they can do more. Okay, think about that. So that's all I have for you all, real quick. So, but if you here's something real quick that I just want to go over that you can start. This is your starting plan for today. You can do this even if you are busy. Rule number 1: I'm making this simple. Write your one sentence. In 120 minutes, I will finish and share this one thing. 2: Remove one drag before you start. 3. Put your phone in another room if you're easily distracted by your phone. If you're like me, you can use your phone for your work. Please, by all means, do that. Your phone should be your tool. Okay? 4. Run the 90 to 15, 10, 5-minute block. Okay, so it's like break it off. 90 minutes I'll do this, 15 minutes I'll do that, 10 minutes I'll do this, 5 minutes I'll do this. Boom, that's 2 hours right there, the block. Okay. 5. Share the result with one person or post it. 6. Fill out the one-line log. Okay, so the one-line log is pretty much just you reviewing what you did. You know, it's good for you to review, for you to preview and review. That's all that is. Okay, and I will end by repeating the core in very plain words. Pick one important thing, work on only that thing for a short time, finish a small piece, let a real person see or use it, write what you learned, remove one small obstacle, do it again tomorrow, repeat. That is dark mode living. That is active learning plus writing plus media. If you do this for months and keep getting a little better, your skills will grow, your value will grow, and your money can grow with it. So, acknowledge that, apply it, because it's very significant. It's very important. Thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And I have my products in the description. Check that description out. Check out my products, free products, some paid products. Thank you so much.